Hey guys, Kevin here with MixCoach. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 things that you should be doing to your vocal in order to get that commercial sound. Your results may vary, but these are things that I do to almost every vocal and been pretty happy so far. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to add is a filter. These are usually built into channel strips, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you each one individually. So this is an EQ3 one-band. There are a lot of frequencies that very high-end microphones pick up that you simply don't need when you're mixing vocals. Unless you're going for some big bassy effect, you don't need anything down low, let's say below 200 hertz. Use your ears on this because every vocal is different. Take your filter knob, your high-pass filter, and turn it until your vocal starts to sound a little thin. Then just back it off. Then you will have filtered out everything that's not needed to make that vocal sound good. The next thing we're going to add is some sort of tuning. Now, this is controversial in some cases, and I know I am personally getting tired of over-tuned and fake-sounding vocals, but in this modern world, human ears are just tuned to perfection. If you don't believe me, just listen to some of those iconic vocals from the 80s, before the days of auto-tune, and listen to how pitchy these world-class singers are by today's standards. Now, I'm not talking about making your singer sound like a robot, just a little help on the long notes. I use Waves real-time for this, and I've also used auto-tune, just something that you can see working a little bit when they sing the long notes. So the next thing we're going to do is add EQ. Now, we filtered out the vocals to get the P-pops and that unneeded low end, but sometimes your vocal can still be a little muddy. Instead of adding highs right now back to your vocal right away, let's see if there's a tiny cut that you can make in the low mids between 300 and 500 hertz that will give you that smiley face EQ that everybody's looking for before you add the lows and the highs to your vocal. It's usually better to start by cutting a little EQ than it is adding it right off the beat. Now, it won't take a lot, just a little bit, but all you need to do is increase the gain until you find the pain. You'll find that little low mid bump that's muddying everything up, and then you just want to cut a little bit out. Don't go for the Grammy on this. Just a little bit will go a long way. Next, what we're going to do is add compression. I love this compressor for vocals because you can add as much attitude as you like, but I think the sweet spot on this guy is 4:1, medium fast attack, medium slow release. Turn up the input until you get about -6 on the meter in the loud parts. Make sure the output is set to where if you bypassed it, you won't get a big difference in volume. Okay, next up is delay. Let's add a little bit more interest to the vocal by adding delay. A little bit of this goes a long way too. I usually tap the delay in for a quarter note or a dotted eighth note. If this is too complicated, then just tweak the delay time until you think it sounds right. I never want more than 1 to 3 delays or feedbacks because it gets distracting. If you want to, you can put this as an insert right behind the compression, but I prefer to use the delay as a send so I have more control over the EQ of the delay return. I like to chop some of the highs off of it so it's even less distracting. Just remember, if you use it as an insert, you'll need to set the wet dry to around 7% to around 20%, depending on what you like. If you use it for a delay return, you'll need to turn it all the way wet because you'll be mixing these signals. Now finally, what I like to add is some space to the vocal. If you have the delay set right, you shouldn't need a ton of this. The delay and the reverb work hand in hand to get a commercial sound. I love the Valhalla Vintage Verb, which is like $50. It usually never sees anything other than the first preset that pops up. Not too much verb here unless you're going for something cave-ish. So there you have it, 6 essential things that I do to each vocal to make it sound commercial. If you like this sort of training and you want more tricks like this, go to mixcoach.com/workshop. I'm holding a workshop, a mixing workshop where I share 5 of my best mixing tips. So I'll see you there, okay? Just click the link below and I'll see you when you get there, okay? Bye.